Good morning, guys. I can actually say that because it is still morning, although just barely. Not sure exactly what happened. This Devoom Aura Box clock that I've been using in the background of my videos, clock speaker thing, absolutely love this thing, but something has happened. It isn't responding to anything. So I'm gonna, I think, take a paper clip to it and see if I can figure out if there's a reset button on it. Because I hooked it up to Bluetooth this morning on the Nexus 5X, and I was going to attempt to get the time to sync right. Because actually right now it's about 11:40 a.m., but it was 10:20 when I did this. So it's been sitting here exactly like this for an hour. So I think, like I said, I'm gonna try to reset that here in just a minute. I've got a video that's about to go live on the Twill.tv channel about the nutsack bag. I actually spent a little bit of time, I worked with the DJI on that just to get a little bit of the footage. And the rest of it was done with the Sony RX100. So really nice to see that I can kind of blend. I can go back and forth between footage. The DJI footage is like 60 megabits per second. It is so high quality that I almost need to make proxy clips for all of the things so that I can actually edit them easily. It's like using higher quality than DSLR footage, because it is. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and make that Nutsack Bags video live. I got back in touch with the company. They said they loved the video, so it is time to make it public. All right, the video is live. Everything looks good so far. Actually, I think I forgot to tell you guys yesterday, I got an email from Verizon. I've been working with Verizon for a number of years now, reviewing phones for them, and I hadn't heard from them in a while. I'm guessing there's been some shakeup or something. The people that I used to deal with may not be with the company anymore. I really don't know. But they asked if I'd be interested in taking a look at the brand new Droid Turbo 2. And by taking a look at it, I mean they'll send it my way, I'll have it for 2 weeks, then I'll send it back. And I gotta say, the email could not have come at a better time. Christina and Duncan and I are gonna be heading out of town this weekend. We're gonna be going to visit my parents because we haven't done that in quite a while. The dog is working up along. She's okay. But since we're gonna be going out of town, my parents have a terrible internet connection. I mean, I'm talking 1 megabit per second download speeds. I don't even wanna know what their upload speed is. And along with these Verizon phones, they do always send a SIM, an activated SIM, cell phone number on it and everything, as well as data. Now, I'm not sure if they've changed it or not, but the last time, and actually every time I've ever reviewed a Verizon device, comes with an unlimited data SIM. Before you even say it, before you even think it, no, I do not keep those. I do not get those in any way. I use them while I have them. I send them back. Otherwise, I'll screw up my relationship with them. But I do take thorough advantage of it. Meaning this weekend, I'm actually gonna be doing a live on-air hangout with TK. If I can find the link to it, I'll put the link to that down in the video description. And since I'm gonna be at my parents' now, because of this Verizon phone, I'm gonna have a way to actually do that without having to worry so much about the speeds of their home terrible internet connection. And on top of that, I'll be able to upload the vlogs with reasonable amount of speed because again, Verizon speeds there are very, very nice. It has been done. I have fired up the 3D printer again. I haven't touched it in quite a while, but as you can see, the desk is now actually accessible. So I figured I would give it a shot. I literally went to the Thingiverse page. Somebody commented on the latest video, the Nutsack video, and said something to the effect of, what happened to all the 3D printing videos? I was like, yeah, you're right. Haven't touched it entirely too long. So I went to Thingiverse, a very front page, clicked on one of the first things that I saw. It just happened to be a knife from CSGO. Not actually played CSGO, but I've watched a lot of other people playing it online. I've watched a lot of people opening cases online, searching for these CSGO knives. So I thought it was worth a shot. Although my printer is entirely too small, so I cannot print it at full size, at full scale. But I've got it turned sideways, and I think it's like 69% of full size, which I thought was very nice and appropriate there. Although it doesn't appear like this is actually gonna work out terribly well. It's making some horrible sounds. I think there's a little piece of plastic from the very first little bit that is sticking up a little bit, so it's just sort of scraping against that. Hopefully that will not be a problem, but again, I just wanted to kind of give it a shot. And I did tell it to print support material, which I think is what it's doing right now. You can kind of see from that grid pattern there, that's primarily going to be support material. It's such a neat and such a frustrating process all at once. Something I've missed doing, but at the same time, there's bits of it that I haven't missed. You may be able to see over here, there's a bump sticking up on this end because when it was doing some of the support material, it messed up. So this whole end is loose from the platform, meaning that it's probably gonna just yank itself loose here in a couple of minutes. But it has actually started printing some of the knife at this point. It actually looks kind of nasty down at this end. But I've got my little time-lapse rig going, so I suppose we're just gonna have to see how it turns out. And of course I've had my laptop over here going, just browsing around on Thingiverse looking for other things to print. think I might actually check this out because I have a ridiculous amount of AA and AAA batteries and I don't really have a good place to put them. So this would be really, really useful. I hate to say it, but this is about half of the reason why I haven't been 3D printing quite as much lately, because this got about 50% done, maybe a little less, and it broke loose. And for some reason the software is still going. It is still attempting to print. I told it to abort. It still has not aborted. So it's just spewing filament everywhere. Awesome. But as a bit of an upside, box arrived. You may be able to see that stack over there. Yeah, this had labels and labels, FedEx labels just all over it. However, I've ripped it all apart, I've gotten it all open. So here is the Droid Turbo 2. Wow, this takes me back. They've got Bob Ross painting on Twitch TV, and it's just the company that owns all the content is uploading it to YouTube, and they're streaming it live on Twitch. So that, wow, that just takes me back to my childhood, because I used to watch Bob Ross on PBS. It's just soothing. It's very, very nice. Well, I got the printer up and going again. Doing something a little bit different this time. This is the AA box we looked at a little while ago. That's the that inside part of it, and I'm not going to pull it all back up, but that's just the base. And there's an outside part that goes on it. Doing a raft with it, so hopefully it'll look a little better. Looks like it's going to be holding a bit better, hopefully. And of course, time-lapsing it too. Well, this is still looking pretty good so far. And this man is dangerous. Sat down in my chair and kind of passed out for a couple of minutes there because he is just so soothing. Welcome home. Woo! Alright, well, I say welcome home. You've been home for a little while.
Yes.
We're having corn dogs.
No, we're having this.
Ooh. Steaks. Steaks. Gotta take advantage of those last few warm days of the year.
It's been unseasonably warm here in Kentucky. It's like 76 today, so I thought that would be a good day to grill steak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
shooting for that future weather girl personality. And she found a dick. Yep.
Well, I wasn't expecting you to say that, but okay.
And there's your dinner. Good stuff. Except somebody's not eating it. Yep, I'm sure you said words. So it's hours and hours later. It's, as you may be able to see there, 5:30 p.m. and still 11:20 a.m. as far as this is concerned. And I came to a realization. Since the speaker is not working and it's just illuminating a handful of LEDs, it's probably gonna last for a really long time before it dies. Crap. Time for, hopefully, a quick trip to Walmart. We gotta get this picture of my poppy copied because we're gonna be going out of town this weekend. Might as well take it back to my parents. That didn't take too terribly long. She decided to buy a body pillow. Apparently they're comfy. I don't know. Not sure if you're gonna be able to see anything. Hey, you in there? Is that it? Wow. It's like that scene out of Aliens.
Kind of uncomfortable for him in there, I guess, right now.
Well, it's kind of constricted.
He's been doing this on that side all day long.
Yeah. I'm sure that's wonderfully comfortable. And we're back home. That's why everything's yellow. Status update. LED clock still going strong, not dying. 3D print, still 3D printing, 35% or so. So, long night ahead. At this point, I'm probably going to go ahead and unbox the Droid Turbo 2 and then start working on the XDA video. Well, that was probably done entirely too fast, but I went ahead and unboxed the Droid Turbo 2. And actually, after I unboxed it, I took just a couple of minutes and did a couple of quick clips using it. I may go ahead and insert them here. Here's a video from the front-facing camera on the Droid Turbo 2. Looks really, really good, although it looks a bit shaky. I'm doing this handheld entirely, and as a little bit of a test there, I switched to using my hand a little bit differently, so still, the video looks good, it just looks shaky as all get out. I don't think there's any sort of image stabilization or anything built in, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how it looks and how it sounds. Here's video from the rear-facing camera on the Droid Turbo 2. Again, I'm using my softbox lights in here in the office. This is rear-facing at, I think I set it up to 4K. I don't know. I want to test everything, see how this looks and how this sounds. So that's about it. Nope, that was 1080p video, the last clip, so this should actually be 4K video, 30 frames per second. Again, very bright softbox lights here in my office, doing this handheld with one hand, no stabilizers or anything, so we'll just see how stable it is, how it looks, and how it sounds. And so far, the rear-facing camera looks amazing. The front-facing looks a little bit more washed out, but still very good, very usable footage. And it's decently wide. It's not as wide as something like this, obviously, but it's wide enough that it could technically be a usable camera. But again, it's a flagship. It's a very expensive phone. Well, that was something new and kind of exciting. I saw over on Twitter, Kevin the Tech Ninja, Kevin Nether, was mentioning somebody had tweeted at him about their YouTube Red earnings. It's like, wait, is that a thing that's already happening? I mean, I knew YouTube Red was launching, but I didn't know there were actually any analytics about it yet. So I started looking around. There wasn't anything obvious. It didn't say anything about it on either of my channels. So I started digging around. I found a video that showed me where to look. If you make videos on YouTube and you look in your analytics in the estimated earnings page, it will tell you roughly how much you've earned from YouTube Red so far, starting on October 27th or 28th, whichever day it was that it first started. So far, obviously, it's not mind-blowing, breathtaking, holy crap, I've earned so much money or anything, but it's coming in. Cool. And the funny thing is, I'm gonna have to keep a very close eye on this, but I know a lot of it has to do with watch time. And these videos are a lot longer than my main channel videos. Main channel videos are usually about, let's say, 4 to 7 minutes max. These videos usually start at about 8 or 9 minutes. I've been talking right now for about a minute 15. So, you know, they start at about 8 or 9 minutes, and they go usually sometimes as long as 15 or 20 minutes, and the watch time on them is a lot longer. So it does stand to reason that it could be possible in the long term that this channel actually earns more money from YouTube than my Twill.tv channel. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing either one of them. I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing as long as what I'm doing is fun to me. But the money that I bring in, as I think I've told you guys before, Christina and I have an understanding that anything that I earn from this is used to buy technology for the family, to help keep the channel growing, but also to keep us sane and entertained. Let's put it that way. So if I get new phones in and everything, Christina gets an upgraded phone. If we get new gaming systems and stuff, Duncan gets to play gaming systems. If we get new TVs, they get moved around the house, things like that. A little while back, one of the earliest vlogs I did on this channel, I bought the Xbox One. Xbox One is now in there. It's a family console. And the TV that I bought along with it is upstairs in our bedroom, so it's not being used for the Twill stuff. It's being used for, well, her for the most part, because I don't watch TV upstairs. Duncan watches TV in the bedroom with us sometimes, like on a Saturday morning or something, and I'm guessing Christina watches TV on it just a little bit, probably mostly just opening it up in the morning to check the weather and stuff like that, but still, it's getting some use where with me it probably wouldn't get much use at all. Anyway, it has come to that time. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I've got to get my XDA news video done. It's Thursday night. I've gone ahead and written the script for it, so probably time to dive in. Alrighty, quick and relatively painless. The XDA video has been filmed. Now I can turn off all the equipment. I don't know, I probably shouldn't. I've probably got more videos I need to make, and I'll probably do that here in just a minute. But until I'm ready to do so, that feels better. Those lights, they're not hot. It's just, there's something, I have a real extreme sensitivity to light and sound. I'm migraine prone, we'll put it that way. So keeping those lights off when I'm not using them, definitely a plus. Now downside here, I've been using the Yotaphone as my primary time-lapse camera. However, it is the only phone I have in the house. I got a bunch of phones in the house, but it is the one phone that is the perfect size to fit into this little teleprompter rig that I use on my camera, because the distance between these two sides is exactly the distance that the screen size is on the Yotaphone. But as you can see, it's here watching this happen. So I actually ended up using, that was kind of a very ominous look there. So anyway, I ended up using the Nexus 5X for it, and it worked okay. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to find a new teleprompter app, because the app that I'm using, even on the Nexus 5X, kind of jerky and stuttery and just doesn't work particularly well. So I don't know. If you know of any good teleprompter software that works with a Bluetooth keyboard, let me know. I always do tend to use a Bluetooth keyboard to start it, stop it, go backward and forward, things like that. But for now, time to edit. Well, that doesn't look particularly good. I don't know if you can see that there, but right about there, you see it's skewed off just a little bit. Minor update. The XDA video is rendered and uploading, if not uploaded. The video about the Droid Turbo unboxing, done and uploading. This video is edited, ready to be rendered, just have to add this stuff in, whatever else I happen to film. I'm so tempted. Like I said, so many videos to do. I just spun around in a circle. Yeah, there's a video I've been meaning to do. I got this before I went to London. This is a USB Type-C hard drive enclosure from Initech. So I'm probably going to unbox this and set it up very quickly. I'm not going to finish the entire video tonight because it's way too late for that, but just get it unboxed, get it working so I can test it out. Because really all it's going to take once I put a drive in it is just hooking it up to a computer, running some speed tests against it, and calling it a day. That's one of the things I really have liked about doing a lot of these Initech videos, is because they'll send me something and it's like, try it out, give initial impressions of it, make the video, call it a day. I know I should spend a lot more time with these things, but if I did that with every single thing that came in, I would never get anything done. But anyway, the print is at 80%. I'm hoping that this works out because, you know, it would be really nice to have a battery box. And again, it would be nice to be getting back into these 3D printing things, to actually have things that are printing successfully. Because while it doesn't really look particularly good, especially from the top, look, it looks kind of nasty there. It's still better to have something that's going and something that can be turned into a video than not. Well, I went ahead and did it. I figured I had everything set up and I was in a frame of mind and everything. Crap, it's later than I wanted it to be. But I went ahead and unboxed the Initech USB Type-C hard drive enclosure. I had a spare USB 3 enclosure that I bought a while back, that I had just a slower, big, older drive in. It was a 1 terabyte, 3 gigabits per second drive. So I pulled it out of that enclosure and stuck it in this one because really, at this point, a USB 3 cable, you know, the big, wide micro USB 3 cable, is a lot more rare for me than a USB Type-C cable. And this one, if you use the right cable, can be used with a phone. And actually, they included USB Type-C to USB Type-C, which means that I could actually use this with the Nexus 5X charger as well. So what I'll probably do, I found out when I hooked this up to the Nexus 5X, it did not work properly, meaning that it has to be formatted. Well, now that I've cleared all the data off of it, I can actually go ahead and format it. So I may do that and just see if I can go back and forth between my Windows machine and an Android device using one drive. Because that would be pretty convenient, having a 1 terabyte drive, no matter how slow it is, to be able to hook it up like that and very quickly move stuff from one place to the other. Not that it's really that convenient, but just something that'd be nice to be able to do. Yep, we were successful. I hooked the drive up to the Nexus 5X and it whined and complained and said, I can't use this format. So I formatted it. Of course, NTFS doesn't work on an Android device, so it formatted it to FAT32. So now I have a 1 terabyte FAT32 drive. Which does mean that I can go back and forth between desktop and phone or tablet if the tablet has that. So I guess that's a good thing. The 3D print is still 3D printing hours and hours and hours later. I wish that it had a "this is how long I've been going" thing, but as it stands, I don't even think it's going to get done before I go to bed. It's taking forever. Anyway, I'm complaining. I shouldn't be complaining. I'm just happy that it's up and that it's working. And it seems to look all right. I mean, there's that one little thing that looks kind of weird, but, you know, the worst case scenario, it looks kind of like a phone stand. Anyway, the Droid Turbo 2 video is processing right now, so it will be going live here in just a little while. You are going to get edited, deal with it, and that's going to wrap it up for me today. I'm tired. It's super late. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm having a great day, and I hope that you are as well. I'll steal a line from Roman Atwood tonight. Smile more. I've been doing that so much lately, and it has just made life easier. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.